There's your Manifesting Great checking in once again. Let's get straight to it. You see the title. I want to talk to y'all and share some stories that most people will never share with you. Everybody likes to talk about how much money they make investing, how much money they make trading, but people always fail to give you the other side of that story when it comes to the colossal losses, right? So I want to give y'all a quick story from last year, right? Uh, Last year, I was actively still trading options, stock options specifically. And in case you are not an avid trader, the beauty of trading options is the fact that they are so heavily leveraged. The ability to make great amounts of money off of rather low investment amounts is crazy when it comes to doing stock options trading, right? So I would say that I've been studying technical analysis for about 2 to 3 years. I've been trading here and there, but last year I really dove in, and I dove in with size. I had basically liquidated uh, one of my old 401ks from an old employer. I liquidated that to an IRA, and then I cashed that IRA out, and then I used it all for a different investment account, right? So I took those funds and I started heavily trading options, not blindly, doing technical analysis, paying attention to support, resistance, using a few key indicators, relative strength index, 20 and 50, and 200 moving average, MACD. Those are some of my favorite indicators for all the traders out there. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Let me get this right. But anyways, I was having, I would say, pretty consistent success, right? I was making probably, if I had to average it out, I was probably making an extra 100 or 200 a day on average. Some days were bigger, some days were smaller. But I had gotten to a point where I was consistently making money. Here's the problem, guys. As I continued to grow my account, um, I had become a little bit cocky, maybe a tad bit undisciplined. And here's the thing: when it comes to trading options, or when it comes to trading any instrument or any asset, the key is remaining disciplined and executing the same trading plan time and time again. You have to have a system in place to keep yourself honest. And I had a system in place. You know, if there are certain factors in the market, I will always trade. Or more importantly, if there are certain factors in the market, if there's certain characteristics that I'm picking up on, I should be able to identify when it's just not a day to be trading money, not a good day to be trading options. Some days, some people like to go for those YOLO days, you know, when there's news or when there's going to be a Federal Reserve meeting, things of that nature. Some people like to really go all in on those days because there's going to be huge fluctuation and huge volatility in the market, right? So I even though I was slowly but surely having success in trading, I allowed myself to break that cardinal rule, and I decided to go ahead and get outside of my disciplined, rigid plan of trading. And I just started to feeling like, I understand this shit, man. I've been doing this long enough now. If I can make these small sums of money every day by operating with discipline and using, uh, trader's mentality and trader psychology to keep myself from ever getting big losses because I'm putting stop losses on every time, then why don't I just go ahead and increase my size in my positions that I'm putting in these trades, right? So at first, and mind you guys, for all you trade options out there, my money maker, my cash cow, so to speak, was SPY, and SPY is the ETF for the S&P 500 index. Obviously, anybody who trades knows that. I did not deviate too often. Other than SPY, the only other thing that I really traded was QQQ, which is Invesco. They both are indexes. They both actually have very similar price action, but SPY was my cash cow. So I got so cocky. And the thing about stocks, or specifically when it comes to this ETF, SPY has a personality. I know that sounds crazy. We're talking about an asset that's traded, but it really does have a personality, the way that it responds to the market and the way that it actually honors certain technical analysis. Certain things actually are generally always honored with SPY, such as double bottoms, for instance, or head and shoulders patterns on the chart. Those are generally always honored in the way price action moves for SPY. But even with that being said, you can never get cocky where you don't wait for confirmations in the candlestick patterns. You can never get so cocky as a trader where you just say, look, I think I'm so good at this shit that I can see where this is going. So let me go ahead and put a couple racks on this. Because at that point, you are transitioning from being an actual trader to being a gambler. Once you just tell yourself, I think it's going to go this way, instead of actually having a few confluences that led to why you are making a trade, or that actually led to why you are putting your money into a position, if you can't actually back it up with 2 to 3 confluences, meaning three or four things that are working together to lead you to have an educated opinion on where the price action is moving, if you don't have that, you have no business with entering that trade, guys. And what happened? Oh man, I don't even want to talk about this, but hopefully this can help somebody else who's out there possibly just getting into trading. Basically, my account at that time, I had built it up to about maybe 25,000, I want to say. Now this is just my trading account. I had built it up to 25,000, guys. And I just started deciding, I don't want to wait. I don't want to keep building it up slowly, hundreds at a time. Sometimes I'll make a rack here and there if it's a really good day. But man, I need to start entering these positions with some real size. Let's start putting 1 stack, 2 stacks, 3 stacks. Let's start increasing the size position. Let's start making money fast. Let's stop waiting. Man, was that a mistake? I started looking at making bigger trades and doing swing trades. And a swing trade is any position that you're in where you expect to keep it open for more than 3 or more days. If you want to, for instance, if I place a trade on Monday, I need to be buying options that don't expire until at least Friday at the earliest. That way it gives me time to let the move play out. So I was swing trading, but I was making aggressive swing trades, bro. And even though I had a couple confluences that led me to believe where the price action was moving, it was at a time in the market where it had been trading in range, meaning it had not really been making an uptrend or a definitive downtrend. So I was just, in essence, taking a big swing and taking a guess about which way the market was going to move, because I knew it was going to make a huge move one way or the other. But I had not received that confirmation yet from the actual price action. And it turns out I thought the market was going to be swinging up aggressively over that next week, and it ended up going against me, guys. And what happened was I could see that I had clearly entered into a bad position, and I lost about 3,000 in 2 days. And I had to close out the position because I could tell the market was going to keep going further, and I was just going to lose more money. So I had to close the position and eat that $3,000 loss. And so you're probably thinking, damn, that's okay. That's bad. That's a bad break. But damn, 3,000 out of 25K, you still had a lot left, right? True. But here's the thing about trading, and here's the thing about being able to maintain discipline and have great trading psychology, not allowing yourself to get emotional. Because what happens when you lose 3 stacks in a day or over the course of 2 days, obviously your natural instinct as a human being is, let me get that money back. I got to get back in. Let me figure out how I can make all that money back. So then you start making the mistake of doing what they call revenge trading, where you just lost a huge amount of money in a short amount of time, and now you're gonna figure out, how can I find a quick way to get all of that back? And that's honestly where the problem stems from. I should have just ate that $3,000 loss and taken a break for a few days, but I didn't. He said, focus on the road. Bro, I have shades on. I'm looking at the road. What are you talking about? Anyways, after I lost the 3,000, then I really started keying in on the market. Like, okay, man, I just took a big swing. I crapped out. But I know how I'm going to get all this money back. Let me go ahead and put an even bigger size position. let me get out. Let me enter a position where my option doesn't expire for 2 weeks, and I know that at some point the market is going to reverse and go in that opposite direction. I know it. I just know it, bruh. Tell me why the market aggressively started selling off even further over the course of the next 4 to 5 days after I did that. I lost another four racks and some change, bro. So in a matter, so it took me all this time over the course of 2 to 3 months, building it up, doing everything the right way, as you should in trading, making educated trades, getting into positions, getting out smartly, having stop losses set with every single trade, having a log, recording my trades, and then all of a sudden getting into bad habits. It doesn't take any time to lose what it took you so long to gain when it comes to trading, guys. I just want you to know that. And that's common sense, right? But ask anybody who has traded in size before, man. Like once you start really making great amounts of money, you start hitting on a couple, that feeling is addictive because the money came so fast. But boy, was it a great learning lesson for me because why are y'all slowing down? Why are y'all slowing down? All right. It was a great learning lesson for me. So even though I lost about 7,000 in a matter of a week, boy, was that a huge learning lesson for me. And it made me so much better because at that point, I took a break for 2, 3 months, sharpened up on my technical analysis, sharpened up on being able to read order flow, and, and and all of these other things that would really contribute to a consistent and profitable trader. And when I came back in, guys, I came back with a vengeance. I didn't let that huge loss deter me from actually wanting to trade. No, because it's not the market's fault that I lost all that damn money. It was my fault. It was my fault by giving in to human nature of greed. It is human nature to want to get as much money as possible in a short amount of time. But you can't operate like that when it comes to trading in the market. The markets have no sympathy for you. They will take your fucking money and spit you out. Thank God I still had a substantial amount of money left over, even after losing that 7 stacks, where I could just take a break, regroup, and bring my ass back into the market once I had my mind right. And that's what I did, guys. And once I came back, I had the right mentality because, unfortunately, just like many things in life, you have to learn the lessons the hard way in order for them to stick in your brain. You know, you have to touch that hot stove to know that it's hot, to know that it's gonna burn you. But I bet you won't make that mistake again. And I damn sure did not make that same mistake again, guys. So I came back. I started trading in smaller overall sizes with each trade, but in order to keep it interesting to me, it had to be big enough size as far as my positions. It had to be big enough for me to feel like I really accomplished something when I actually did have those really good days. So on the really good days, I would still make maybe 1,000 or 2, sometimes 3. And on the days where I would lose, I would have my stop losses set so tight that I would still only lose maybe a few hundred. And that is the goal. The goal is to procure and to get as much money out of the market as possible without giving any of it back. That is the goal to trading. And trading is just such a fascinating thing to me that no matter how many times I lose at it, I am just so enthralled with it that I just want to get better and better at it, bro. I'm just like addicted to getting better and better at trading until I become an expert because it truly is an learning how to trade, and I mean any instrument, whether you are a forex guy, whether you're in the stock options, or whether you're trading binary options, or whether you're trading cryptocurrency, whatever asset you prefer. If you truly become proficient at it, and you really get the mentality and the psychology right to go along with your technical analysis skills, man, it can be an ungodly uh, income earning opportunity for you. It can truly change your life. I mean, look at how many people's lives trading has changed. Just think about it. I know y'all see all them dudes on YouTube. Now most of them be capped. Don't get me wrong. A lot of them be capped. A lot of them don't ever show their actual account statement to go along with all the things that they claim they're doing. But uh, trading can absolutely change the circumstances of your life if you learn how to do it the right way. That's the thing. So I just wanted to share that story just as a bit of a cautionary tale about how important it is to maintain a determined trading plan and to make sure that you stay disciplined and that you never get off course when it comes to making money. If you start having several successful days in a row, don't all of a sudden deviate from what has been working for you. Stick to it, maybe scale up little by little as far as the percentage of your account that you are actually risking on these trades, and then start scaling up from there. Make sure that you're staying disciplined. And as you go, obviously, enjoy the fruits of your labor. Enjoy the spoils of war, so to speak, from trading. Take some out, but make sure you keep more than enough in there to keep trading in the market so that you can keep growing that account bigger and bigger. It truly is worth it, and I don't regret the fact that I went through that experience with losing all that money. So uh, it's never a failure if you learn a lesson from it. And man, did I learn a valuable lesson. Life experiences are all lessons unless you never learn from them. If you don't learn from it, then you're just a dumbass dude. But I absolutely learned, and it made me that much better at what I was doing. Um, let's see. 1 second here. I can't even read right now, man. So I can't even read y'all's messages right now because I am driving. But I just wanted to share that quick story, guys. Let me know if y'all have had any similar experiences. Are you a trader? How long have you been trading? Have you ever blown up your account? By the way, I've blown up about 5 or 6 accounts in trading. I did not get good overnight. Anybody who's trading and really going for the gusto, so to speak, really pushing it to the limits, you're gonna blow some fucking accounts until you actually learn it. Until you actually learn to get it through your head that you have to maintain money management and have some discipline with how you trade. So I've blown up several in my lifetime. But now that is finally hardwired into my head, the right way to do it. But let me know what y'all stories are when it comes to trading, man. Y'all having success or y'all still out there blowing accounts? Decision man, that's the great. I'ma holler at y'all boys, alright? So